So Najeh Davenport broke up with his ex-girlfriend or whatever, right? And he lived like 8 hours away from where she was, and they had some sort of like argument that got brought back up, whatever. Okay. And Najeh Davenport is like hammered, crossfaded at a party, and then turns his phone off after getting into an argument with his ex, drives the 8 hours back to her apartment, house, whatever, broke into her house just to dump in her laundry basket, in her closet, in her bedroom.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Dude. Someone brought it back up. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Pat McAfee. Maybe like.
Wait, was it because of the Johnny Depp thing?
Yes. Yeah, because the Amber Heard pooping on pillows, right? You know, Poopgate, Amber Turd. So like that's dude, thank you. Okay, so that's what brought it up. It might have been like Rich Eisen or somebody, I can't remember, but that it got brought back up that if she was willing to do that in, you know, she was doing that in Johnny Depp's house, and I can't believe Amber Heard pooped on Johnny Depp's pillow. To me, that's, I mean, minor league baseball compared to driving 8 hours messed up to go and poop in your ex's laundry basket and then leave. He didn't steal anything. He didn't even approach her or talk to her. He shit in her laundry basket and dipped, bro. I mean, like, that's one of the most legendary moves.
Like, what happened? Like, what set him off so much to do that? Like, did she cheat on him? Is he just fucking crazy? I mean, that's a crazy move. I'm not gonna pretend it's not a crazy move.
Yeah, we are not normalizing laundry poops, okay? But like, yeah, dude, maybe he was playing double agent in that relationship. He got drugs from Johnny Depp to get himself in that state of mind to go out there and took a page out of Amber Turd's notebook and dropped one in his ex's laundry basket. Because everybody's like, oh, like, you know, this is as big as OJ. I don't
think it is.
I don't think so. Because there was murder at stake.
Yeah, it's a little different. Have you seen the OJ series on FX that they did?
Is that the one with Cuba Gooding Jr. and David Schwimmer?
Yeah. It's not bad. It's actually
I
pretty good.
hated it for two reasons. Okay. And they are Cuba Gooding Jr. and David Schwimmer.
Wait, Cuba Gooding Jr. is not OJ. Like, dude, no. So this dude, David Schwimmer, was in Band of Brothers, right? And if episode 1, all I ever hear about that series is how good of a series that is on HBO. Right? I watched one episode, and David Schwimmer's like the commanding lieutenant in like their.
Oh no, I did see this. Yeah.
I couldn't get past the first episode because I'm like, dude, this is horseshit. Why is Ross telling these guys what to do?
He's the same guy.
He's the same guy.
And I was just having this conversation that they're actors, and I'm not going to say some of them because I know I will genuinely catch heat. But you figure for Johnny Depp, tell me that Jack Sparrow, Mordecai, Edward Scissorhands. I'm serious. But I'm serious. Donnie Brasco. I can't remember his character in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Willy Wonka. There's like, but like if you look at his acting resume, there is not Sweeney Todd. There's not one movie that he's been in that he's playing Johnny Depp.
That is true.
Where there is a lot of other actors. You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Denzel Washington is Denzel Washington in every movie he's ever been in. I'm going to catch a lot of heat for that. I know that. I'm welcoming that. It is what it is. I think that he is a great actor. It's just that he is himself in every movie. Watch him in Training Day, in Two Guns, in Flight. Yep. He's the same guy in every movie.
I got another one for you. Matthew McConaughey plays Matthew McConaughey. I love me some Matthew McConaughey.
Right.
But he plays Matthew McConaughey.
And that's another thing is I'm a fan of Matthew McConaughey. Yeah. I'm a fan of Denzel Washington.
Yeah, they do. Matthew McConaughey, even when he's a Wall Street banker in Wolf of Wall Street, he still has the Texas accent.
He does the thing like all the time. And that's how they put it in the movie. That wasn't that character's thing. They saw him doing that. Yeah. And we're like, dude, that's fucking electric. Do that on screen. And he was like,
all right. Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, bro, like it's McConaughey in every movie. all this stemming from the fact that David Schwimmer fucking sucks. Okay, like the Juice. I can't. Oh man, I can't. Rachel, I can't do it, man.
All stemming from Amber Heard, which stemmed from Najeh Davenport.
Najeh Davenport's poop led us to Denzel Washington and Matthew McConaughey's acting careers. Wow. Dude, what a trail of shit to lead to that.
I'm not going to lie, dude. I'm going to have to keep this in somewhere. What's up, guys? It's your boy Smalls back on another edition of The Vault, the weekly show from Thoughts from the Bench that takes a look at some of the best and worst jerseys in sports. With me, as always, is I don't even know what to say.
Surprise! We're back in person, baby. Let's go. Oh wait, I forgot. But yeah, man, I'm super jacked. We told you it wasn't gonna be long.
Yeah.
And I just texted you a couple days ago,
Sunday, yeah.
And I was like, in person Tuesday ? And you were like, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
So I think especially, and shout out Will Marshall for being on the show last time we were here in person. We took one break in between, and again, we're not gonna be able to do this every week, but. And in fact, just letting people know, I will be absent next week. But my boys got you covered.
Yep.
We needed to get back to this.
Oh,
and we're going to further continuing on, but even just now, we just talked for 10 minutes and I'm already like, fuck yeah, dude. This is where we need to be.
Adrenaline rush almost. And maybe that's not the word for it, but it gets the heart rate going and you feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it.
See, and I think that's good for us and helps us gauge each other as people because to me, some people do coke and we get juiced off of this, just the conversations and the energy that we have in person. I mean, drugs are kind of subpar. So, I mean, this is kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
So recovering addicts, come talk on the show.
Yeah. We'll get the fix.
Yeah, maybe not. They might kill us. Yeah, we might get stabbed. Who knows? Oh man. Yeah, if you're recovering from bath salts, stay at home. But other than that, you know what? We'll let you sit outside. Oh.
They can just listen from afar through the window.
Right. Yeah, we'll just open the window. Oh man. Okay.
Benny, it's good to be back though.
I'm so thrilled, and as always, because we are in your humble abode, I am gracious to you for letting me crash the pad for a little while.
Thank you for coming, of course. I mean, it's always open. I mean, I feel like I got a pretty good setup for the show up here, just its own space.
It truly, and just because of the way that things are set up, you're not able to see everything up here. It really is like a studio, just for this.
Yeah.
And that is the coolest thing in the world to me. And I don't know, okay, so this is gonna seem bittersweet in what I'm saying, for lack of a better term. This makes me feel not that we aren't always, but this makes me feel like we're a legit show.
Oh, 100%,
I love being able to do it, period, and I think we've truly made it work from a distance for a long time, and obviously just because you and I lead busy lives, it works, and I love that we have that option to still be able to do the show even if we're not right next to each other. But when we are right next to each other, man, it's just at a different level, and it makes me feel like we're truly putting on a show where, this is it's us hanging out, but it is almost a performance, whereas, I'm just kind of on a phone call with you otherwise, and people are getting to listen in and see our faces. They're watching us have a FaceTime, essentially, Whereas, this, they're hanging out with us and we're doing it, like in the production value, because you have done very well with how you set everything up. You should see how many monitors and things and up here, and even just like the decor. Like Smalls is a legit technician now. It is very impressive. So I'm super pumped that you let me ride your coattails and be a part of the whole thing.
I've said this before. You are the one that makes the show.
Okay, look, we're not doing this. We are not doing this. You literally, manufacture the show. You actually make the show.
Sure, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I think I've said this before. I've tried to do, before me and you actually got on board together and started doing the show together, I tried to make the vault, with just me on camera, and it was, bad is an understatement. It was, pure trash. It was horrible. It was awkward. I felt like what people on, if you ever scrolls through the subscription Snapchat stories, a very bad version of that. That's what it felt like, and I watched it back and I was like, I can't put this out.
Dude,
it is that bad.
Well,
I've gotten better at that sort of stuff, but it was bad.
I think you always need other people though, because I tried starting up 2 shows. I did one that was the funny thing about sports that lasted 10 episodes by myself. Horrible. Absolutely awful. I listen.
It's not that bad.
It's that bad. I would listen back to it and cringe. Then I tried Let's Have a Laugh, okay, which was just a storytelling podcast, which I would still think about maybe doing something similar down the road. I wasn't prepared. I never had guests lined up. I was too inconsistent. It just wasn't, it never got its legs, So doing anything by yourself is going to be tough. But what I'm saying is I think that this show would be successful even if you had someone else. I'm just very happy that it's me and that you and I have the dynamic that we do. But too, I couldn't do this by myself either. There's no way. Even if other things were taken care of, let's say you were just behind the screen, right? And you didn't show face. Mm-hmm. And you still produced the show, but I just was on camera by myself. Yeah. The show would suck. If either one of us did this alone, it wouldn't have the same dynamic. So I'm just very thankful that you picked me to come aboard.
You were the only one I was gonna pick. I think I threw it out there in our Slack group, which I don't think anyone has said anything in that Slack
in a year
for at least a year.
Yeah.
But I threw it out there in the Slack group, and I think Bo, and I really like Bo. I love Bo. Bo is good at what he does, 100%.
Top tier.
But you and I just knew each other from the start, and this isn't gonna be the whole show. We're gonna actually talk about other shit. But,
we'll get to the topic, but bear with us.
But it's nice, and I'm glad that we can do this now because last week we had Will, so we haven't really been able to talk about, I guess, how far the show has come.
Right.
If you even want to call it that. I just feel like both of us have gotten a lot better at doing this, and coming up with topics and getting more creative with it, and I feel so much more comfortable on camera, so much more comfortable than I've ever been. And it's just because we've kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And not last week, the week before, I really do think it was the culmination of a year and a half of just consistency.
Yeah, and finally, it was we really got to see it come to fruition 2 weeks ago. It was all these shows that we've done have led to this, and that we're able to reflect a little bit and be man, okay, we are comfortable. We have hit a stride. Mm-hmm. So, man, I mean, it's cool. I think at some point we should do, and I don't know if we'd be able to set this up, but if we can do some type of way where you and I do a watch along where we record this and watch one of our mock episodes, one of our rough draft episodes, and see how far we've come now. If you and me, if we record it and we're able to watch what we were doing, right, and then roast ourselves, or just it not the whole episode, but just to take pieces of we can do you look at
of it,
you look at what we did when we had to do our 3 test episodes, as opposed to what we're doing today is like it's same concept, but the professionalism and the smooth grade of what we're doing now is a 180 from when we started. And it was funny because, you know, me and you would get off our test episodes and be like, hey, pretty damn good, exactly. You know, and then now it's like okay, I'll be honest, after the live show 2 weeks ago, we went outside. We were pretty jacked. We were like, dude, that was that was awesome, and we like celebrated a little bit. But now it's like, I expect nothing less. You know what I mean? I kind of just dap you up. Hey, man, good shit. See you later, because I know that this is what we're capable of on a weekly basis, and I hope that our loyal viewers or newer people, whoever who have started watching the show, have really been able to catch on to that, because the strides that we've made. Too, and I think it's just been cool because like you and I have always been friends, but we become better friends because now I'm talking to you 3-4 times a week, you know, and that's grown. And I think it's always, like you said, it's better having history and having a true friendship with someone that you're doing something like this with, rather than just like it feeling like a coworker. You know what I mean? So, dude. I mean, it's just been cool to see where we're at now, and you know, now we're getting monetary sponsorships, you know, and
dude, Will pulling that check out last week, like for the record, Will, and I think I've already said this, he did not tell us anything about that.
Literally, not a word to him, not to me.
1,000% surprised. Like he started pulling something out, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And like, we didn't ask him for it. Like it was.
Thought it was a birthday card. I was like, it's like it's neither of our birthdays, but thanks, man. You know, and that just, it was cool. And I think just because like we never expected anything like that. And neither did he, I think, either. But, you know, it was just cool to see that, like, and that also kind of helped make us feel like we're the real deal, you know, because it's not just plugging a logo. Like, we truly are helping each other on each side.
That's
so
what we're trying to do, really, is it's a partnership. It really is. Like, that it goes further than just me being a client. You know, it's like
100%.
We're both advocating for the other party with different groups of people, and I think that's something cool that, like, I never really thought that I would be able to say.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's not just, like, you see a lot of these other big shows, and, you know, good for them, but, like, they just have a sponsor, and all they do is read an ad, and, like, that's it.
Yeah, we have a relationship with our sponsor.
Have, like, a relationship. So,
right, and that's why, and I look to people like that because, like, and I mean, I've said this thousands of times before, like, with doing this or being involved in this type of field, like Pat McAfee, huge influence on me, obviously, right? And with him hitting a meteoric rise in the last 2 years, I'd say, like he has a genuine relationship with several people that work at FanDuel, and I think that that's important, and it encourages the relationship to continue because I want to keep Will as a sponsor, and Marshall Fitness, obviously, I mean, the guy just maxed out clients. I mean, like, we are both obviously on the up and up through the partnership, so I think, you know, being able to keep a good relationship has truly shown the material aspect of, like, this is really, like, this isn't just sharing each other's stuff. Like, this is truly giving each other a hand up the ladder, you know, the further we go. So that was really cool. And needless to say, Will, thank you. We'll be reading your ad soon. But yeah, man, I mean, it's been really cool to kind of sit back and be like, man, like, we're still doing this. Because, like I said, every show that I tried doing before did not last very long. We've been doing this for almost 2 years now, dude. Like, that's a long time. So for us to consistently be doing a show, I got to think, we're over how many episodes? I mean, probably like 60 or 70 or.
So I don't think we're up to that many yet. We're on episode 16 of season 2.
And how many were there in season 1?
17. 32.
Oh, so, damn, I thought we did more than that. Okay, but so we're at like, wait. This is 16?
This is 16. Is this 50th ep? This isn't 50th. No, this is 17. 17.
So, and we did 32 for sure in the first season.
Yeah.
Like 100% 32 episodes.
I don't know for a fact. I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure it's 32.
Because if so, then next week would be 50. But I'm not going to be here.
It's fine. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. I don't know that for a fact.
Then,
I'll go look. This might be 50 right now. I'm actually going to look right now.
Okay, we need to fact check because we need to celebrate as such.
Yeah.
If it's the 50th, and I'm going to feel like such a dick if we didn't celebrate our 50th episode.
It's not like either one of us would have known, but like I thought it was 32, but I could completely be wrong. I'm going on YouTube on our channel right now. Go subscribe, by the way.
Go subscribe, like, share, tell a friend, be a friend. Tell them we got a sick-ass Freddy Adu jersey up here.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
Got a Nittany Lion.
So, like, we kind of touched on it last week. What'd you think when you saw the Freddy Adu jersey when you walked in?
Oh, I loved it. As soon as I walked in, I was like, this is the vault. This is the pinnacle of why we do what we do. So, I mean, if you're gonna talk about going back into jerseys.
Okay, so what I'll say is, so this is 49 technically. However, I did put out an episode just by myself the 1 week that you couldn't last year, where I did an unveiling of the not Kevin Youkilis. Yeah, no, it was a Kevin Youkilis Red Sox jersey.
Right.
Yeah, so this is episode 50.
Let's go, dude!
That's a genuine
All right, cheers! Let's go, 50 episodes! All right!
That's actually wild.
Let's go, dude, 50 eps!
Holy shit. Okay.
Longest show that I'd been a part of before that. 10 episodes. 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not even a full season.
Yeah.
10 eps. Okay, so we just did 50. Well, we're doing 50.
Mm-hmm.
That is wild.
Yeah. No, I'm really happy right now. That's something that we just stumbled upon just now, but like, holy shit.
50 episodes, dude.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
We did
Look
it.
at that. Look at that.
Look at us.
Who would have thought? Not me. But like, no, really, I wouldn't have guessed that, dude. Literally, like, I think just doing it every week has like brought a lot of good to the show because we are doing it consistently, and I think that is something that Pat McAfee actually talks about a lot.
Is
like,
in same like in that was Derek's biggest point. Is newcomers Derek Whiten, CEO, whole 9 yards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that he doesn't want us to start something we're not going to finish.
Yep.
Because I did that.
Yep.
I've been there. I've done that.
You are one of the names, and he drops a few names, but you are one of the names that he brings up when he talks about new ideas. He's like, I don't want this to always happen.
Right.
But having said that, you are a part of this show, and I do think, in my opinion, even though I'm the one that produces it and we're both on it, I do think this is one of the strongest shows on the bench.
The strongest show on the bench.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things that too, like, I think it does help because the reason that I've dropped out of certain projects or whatever are because I just don't have the resources.
Yep.
And you've been able to provide that for me and for us, and we've made a really quality show and being able to do it consistently. And it's like, because I was putting out videos and it wasn't doing much because it was just me talking into my phone, and it was like,
and to be fair, that is like all you need to do. So like there is like no excuse like not to just be able to do that, but at the same time, like how are you going to do that
if it's poor quality?
Yeah, and not even that, if you're doing it alone. I think it's
tough. That was the toughest thing. Yeah.
Like even like I remember back when I did just the Coastal Carolina shit, right? And I did about 3 or 4 videos based on that.
Right.
I had a blast doing it. But I knew it was going to be short-lived because I was doing it alone. I couldn't just... I'm not good at just me talking to the camera one-on-one all the time. I can do it every now and then, but like I just can't. That's not me. And like I don't think it's hard for a lot of people to just do that,
Yeah.
So, but anyway, Holy shit, it's our 50th episode.
50 episodes, man. That's crazy.
That is wild.
Well, then to you, Deke, Doubter Deke.
Hey.
Look at us now.
Yeah.
Mainly me, because he actually follows through with shit. But look at this, okay? Doubter Deke.
Doubter Deke.
Actually,
not Thomas the Doubter. Deke the Doubter.
Yeah, Deke the Doubter.
Shut up.
Shut up, Bible man. And Derek, probably gonna see you in July, and I'm gonna gloat about 50 episodes. Going down to Nashville for a wedding.
Oh, yeah, you tell me that. Yeah.
So I'm doing my best to make sure that Derek can't avoid me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I do talk to Derek every week, and like I'm surprised I haven't made my way down there yet. I need to.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we'll be going down for a wedding, and luckily the people that are getting married are nerds, and they're getting married on a Sunday. So that's Saturday.
Hold on. Who does that?
I know.
So,
well,
okay.
let me say this. People who have a very good relationship with Bible Man, they get married on Sundays.
A lot of trust,
okay?
dude.
Yeah. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, they're getting married on Sunday. Okay, so, but that Saturday, I think we're going to go down on that Friday, maybe. But that Saturday is when I'm looking to weasel my way into Deke's place. So,
Okay.
So yeah, in July I will, and we'll have to have recorded the show that week already.
Yep.
But the following week I'll fill you in on how my meeting went with the CEO asking for raises for us.
Of course. Yeah.
So
I think we need it.
Yeah, I mean we've earned it.
I mean, dude, we are. I'll say this: we are the only ones outside of, I guess, Thoughts from the Bench as a company. And I got Derek by himself. He got the Twisted Tea thing. But Coors has been the only paid sponsorship that we've had until Marshall Fitness.
First
show.
We have a paid sponsorship.
Let's say it one more time. We have a paid
baby. That moolah. I love other people that are on the bench. And I truly enjoy a couple other shows. Okay? We're making money, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like Shaun White when he won his first gold medal, and he's talking about when he was on the plane, and he's like, and the stewardess, they were so nice to me. They're giving me snacks, they're giving me drinks, and the interviewer's like, oh, wait, Shaun, they were giving you drinks? You're only 19. He goes, oh, I'm talking Mountain Dews, baby. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite things in the world, and that's how I felt just now. But we are making money, baby.
Making money.
And I mean that is a big step. Yeah. And all I'm saying is there are shows that were supposed to be legacy shows here that we have outlasted.
Oh yeah.
There are shows that had similar, if not maybe even better production value. Why did they fall through? I don't know.
Oh, one of them the guy left for
selfish. So
you're calling him out, dude. I'm not gonna say his name, but like, I don't want you to start some beef, but like,
whatever. We'll toss bags again. I don't care. I'll go out there. I'm familiar with the territory. All I'm saying is we have outlived certain shows. Even some shows that may involve people that I genuinely consider friends that would talk about baseball. Things of that nature. There's a couple shows. There was a trivia show that I fucking loved.
Yeah,
that got canned and we won. You carried, but I wanted a chance at redemption. Beat the Bench is what it may have been called, and we've outlived that because right now there are shows that are still kicking and putting out content every week. And as far as what I know, for weekly content, we are one of 4. I believe. Because you were on 2 of them.
Yeah. Workhorse over here.
So Smalls is on 2 of them. Derek is on 2 of them, occasionally 3, bouncing back between us and RKC, right? So it's us, Draft Day, that you're a part of, 2 Beers Deep, and Ranking Court, correct?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah.
Think how many else we had before.
That is true.
Quite a few. Now, granted, 2 of which were mine. So I will take both of those on the chin. Okay, I get it. But there are some others that aren't. We've made it to 50 episodes, almost 2 years, and we are still churning out content.
We are.
So,
hey, I don't want to turn this into. I can feel the road we're going down right now, and I'm gonna be the good employee, and we're gonna stop.
oh no,
Riding our coattails.
Oh, 100%. I'm just saying that I am very proud of where we've gotten.
Okay.
And I love everyone on the bench. Some of you, I believe, I've even smooched on the cheek. I feel that we are.
You've never smooched me on the cheek.
That is definitely not true.
It
may date back to high school, but it's happened. But we have a very good community. We do. Right? And there are even people who may not be doing things consistently that are still valued here because when they show up, they deliver.
Oh, 100%.
So, and we've got guys, and as much as I wanted to bust a certain...
he was a workhorse.
That guy turned out so much for us.
He was
who we are talking about, that guy was an animal for this company.
He
right?
did so much. Yeah.
He made things that I was in look better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did very talented. Yeah. We have our little back and forth rivalry.
He deserved, to be completely honest, he deserved the position he got.
100% deserved the opportunity. Put in the time. Over a decade of doing what he does and doing it well. Yep. Genuinely very happy for him. I just have to keep up the playful rivalry, right? Of course, yeah. Derek, I still fucking hate you. No, I'm kidding. No, everybody knows. I'm here because of Derek. You're here because of Derek.
Yep.
I treat Derek like I do an older brother, and the rest of you have become kind of my estranged cousins. So we've got a really good odd family here. But I love Thoughts on the Bench. I love everybody being a part of this. Yep. But I do want to say that I feel like we're holding the flag right now. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Really, I'm just trying to create more content. So someone clap back, okay?
Trying to spread that beef, dude. But Benny, before we actually jump into the topic, which we will, I know this is probably a longer start to an episode.
I'm so sorry. I feel like this has happened because we're together.
It's fine. Yeah, we knew this was going to happen, though, so it's fine. What I was going to say, though, so you and I, obviously, or if it's not obvious, me and Benny is a Heat fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Celtics fan.
Yeah.
Series is knotted up 2-0, or sorry, not 2-0,
2-2
right now.
Right.
And unfortunately and fortunately, depending on which side you're on, this series has not been close outside of where the games stand right now.
Yes, it's so frustrating, right? Because technically, objectively, if you're just looking back at it and you see that a series is tied 2-2, well, that's a pretty close series.
Yeah.
Every game has been a blowout.
Except for Game 3, where, the Celtics somehow clawed back and made the game. It was still, a bad basketball game. It wasn't that good of a game to watch.
Each team was running tables, no matter the score.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, in a majority of the games, the score was just a massive differential. So it's crazy to me that it has gone as back and forth as it has, Miami, Boston, right? I'll be honest, I don't want this to go 7. Okay, I don't. I have an awful feeling that's where it's headed.
It's definitely, that's what's going to happen.
The fact that this is now, and it's weird. I think it's because you and I have seen the disparity between games of them not actually being tight. So it's to me, it'd be different if every game was by 5 points or less.
Hey, that's what I'm
then
saying,
I'd be yes, please go 7. But
it's almost like what the series I wanted was Bucks Celtics. That's what I wanted, because pretty much every game outside of maybe games 1 and 2
so tight.
Were very, very close. Down
back
the
and
wire
forth
every single time.
Right.
Even that last game, we were up big, but it didn't feel like it for 3 quarters. You know what I mean? Even no matter what that point spread was, I always felt in that series like we can't, like, this is not something I should count on.
Right.
This series is not, dude. I was on draft day last night and I was watching the game on one of the other screens and I was looking at it. And I was
well, you must have had a field day because it opened up 18-1.
That's what I'm saying. I looked up, it was 18-1. I remember on draft day I looked up and I was like, guys, I gotta say this. We're up like fucking 18-1 right now. Like 6 minutes in, we're up 18. That's not a score you see very often.
Right.
And then both teams sunk threes, and we were still up 17, and like it wasn't close. And that's the thing. The game before, it was that same thing, and again, somehow we clawed back and almost made it a game, even though it didn't really feel like it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like.
Right. So I don't know, and to really try not to be a pessimist.
Yep.
I really don't think it matters who comes out of this.
You think, really? Really?
I think either team Golden State beats in 6.
So I disagree because of the simple fact, yes, they are about to sweep the Mavs. And the Mavs know it. Everyone on earth fucking knows it. The Mavs have been on record.
Yeah, they're not the 04
saying,
Red Sox. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty much they've been on record saying, yeah, we're kind of looking back at this series trying to figure out what happened. Like,
they're packing it in. They're packing it in.
It's like Luka's by himself. I think that's just bottom line. He's just
look, man, and this is no disrespect because these are both players I actually like. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, well, actually, I'm adding in a third right now. Tim Hardaway Jr. is out, right? He's been injured for a long time, even if he was healthy. When you are relying on Spencer Dinwiddie and Jalen Brunson as your other two scoring machines, most of you, if you aren't fans of Mavericks basketball or super fans of NBA, you probably have no idea who the hell I'm talking about.
I've heard. That's the thing. I don't know them, and again, I'm year one NBA fan.
Right.
But I know the names simply because I've watched a few of the games.
But what I'm saying is those can't be Luka's safety nets.
Yep.
So the fact that the safety net is the one hanging from the rim for him is enough to cause panic that and almost I think have people give Luka his flowers more that he truly has single-handedly carried the franchise since he got drafted there because Porzingis ended up being a bust.
Yep.
Right? And he's got no real supporting cast. You have tell me if any of these guys you think truly are game changers. Jalen Brunson, Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, Dwight Powell, even Tim Hardaway Jr. at that point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we doing, buddy? You know what I mean? It's like he's by himself. So I think that despite the Mavs series, all playoffs, I think Steph is back. I think Clay is back. Jordan Poole's become a guy and almost been their Iggy that he was in 2015. Wiggins has become a good defender. Wiseman's become a good role player to back up Draymond, and Draymond's playing old school Draymond again. And it's reminiscent of when they were dogging in the finals.
I hear what you're saying. My counter to that, if from a Celtics standpoint, let's just say I'm not saying, hey, we're moving on.
Yeah, because you're not.
What I'm saying, if the Celtics do, we came into the Heat series coming off a 7-game series against the Bucks. That was a dogfight every single game.
Right.
Even in game 1, y'all kind of dogged us, but it was in the third quarter. It's not like we came out flat. Just because they're getting rest, I don't think that is really going to matter that much.
Me neither.
What I also think is that whether you're talking about the Celtics D or the Heat D, I do think this is the first time, and this is almost a reason why I'm back into the NBA now. The defense matters.
Truly.
Big time. So that's another series if whichever one of our teams ends up moving on, I do think that series in the finals is going 7. I truly believe that purely because of defense.
I can agree with that. I just feel like
So you're going on a feeling thing, like
yes.
you have that
Now
Warriors feeling.
it's a gut feeling thing, and truthfully, you have 2.5 guys, and by that I mean Steph, Clay, and kind of Jordan Poole, who can shoot from anywhere, under any kind of pressure. Steph and Clay are both in top 5, maybe even top 3 shooters of all time, just between the two of them. Okay, they have done it before. I think they'll do it again. They won a championship without Kevin Durant. I mean, like that's one thing that I feel like people forget, right? Is when Andre Iguodala and Sean Livingston had an extensive amount of minutes for those teams, when it was because they were so talented in the positions they needed. Those role players truly got to be role players and weren't relied on as starters, and I feel like that's kind of where they're at again. And they have guys that are coming off the bench that are looking really good, and they've got in the stars have great understudies, and it's just they are just a clean basketball team. Like when they win, it's not necessarily by blowouts, but to me, and sometimes it is, but they, even when they lose, it's not like they're getting blown out. Both of our teams have gotten blown out, like one way or the other. And I think the offensive firepower, all I'm saying is if the Heat can't handle the Celtics offense and the offense can't, and the Celtics can't handle the Heat's offense, neither of them are going to be able to handle Golden State's offense.
Yeah, that's the thing. What I've been saying about the Celtics all year is that we are streaky, to say the least.
So are we.
Yeah.
So are we.
Like,
we're two streaky teams that just had good streaks to get to where we are.
Yep.
But
and that's all you need is that one. That's the thing. We can turn a 15-point deficit into a 15-point lead like that. And so can the Heat. It's the same thing.
Right.
But you can't rely on that. So I hear what you're saying. What I personally think the defense is gonna come into play more than what people are giving it credit for.
I hope so, because I like both teams from the East better than I like Golden State.
Yeah, and I don't even. I think Golden State got such a bad rap because of the whole dynasty talk back a few years ago. I think everyone
they're getting dogged too much.
Yeah.
Because they expect a championship every year now, and then because they didn't for a couple, they're like, oh, they're dead. And like I don't think that that's the case at all. So I don't know. I mean, don't forget that the Lakers were supposed to be a dynasty again, and they didn't even make playoffs. Okay, so let's.
It gave me so much pleasure. That was amazing.
Yeah, shout out Deke and Dre.
Yeah.
Go Lakers.
Well, I think there was a part of Deke, if I'm being honest, that was almost rooting against the Lakers this year. Like, and he would never admit it, but he hates LeBron.
And they made poor moves.
Yeah.
And I think it's truly coming to fruition, or I don't want to say fruition. It's coming to light that them trading away their youth was a terrible mistake.
Yep.
So, I mean, hell, you spent in human bodies and in money so much on Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
And that guy played for 20 minutes this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, just remarkable. But anyway, I'm sorry. This has been the longest intro ever. We will get into the show.
Yeah, we'll get into the show. We'll start with an ad read here. So, guys, this episode, as always, is brought to you by Marshall Fitness. Marshall Fitness is your online training resource for all your needs to really just get in shape, right? I'm currently a client. I'm loving every second of it. I'm actually out for the count right now because I played soccer this past weekend, and I made the big mistake of not stretching quite enough, and I pulled my hammy. So I'm sidelined for the minute. But Marshall Fitness, up until now, has been great. Will Marshall, you guys saw him on the live show that we did a few weeks ago. He was incredible on the show, and he really knows what he's doing when it comes to weight training, getting your cardio shape back, whatever you need to do. Lose weight, put on muscle, just make better overall life choices as far as diet, exercise, all that stuff. He is your guy. He knows what he's doing. He's very smart. He's the go-to resource. So if you want to make a change in your fitness outlook on life, go check out Marshall Fitness. You can check him out on his Facebook page and Instagram. I have the website listed here in a sec. But yeah, the best time to start is now, and we are doing. This is the Pittsburgh episode, Penny. This is the YINZER episode.
And honestly, for our 50th episode, I feel like there's no better way to do this, is because we're big YINZERs, we're big hometown guys, okay? So had I had a little bit more preparation for this in playing this out, we'd probably be diving into a Permani sandwich, okay? Maybe
Dude, I wouldn't.
cracking
That's a
some
miss.
icy lights or something, right? But once we do Pittsburgh Part 2, we'll plan to do that.
Yeah.
But Pittsburgh is a wonderful city. I think you and I both have loved growing up around it, and now that you're back and I'm back, and because Smalls and I both spent time away, there's a reason we came back, and it's because Pittsburgh is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So we figured, what better way than for our 50th episode, which we obviously knew about beforehand, than to do a Pittsburgh episode. So here you have it.
No, we had to. This was the idea I had for our first in-person show, and then it just kind of fell into place where Will was going to hop on with us for our first one.
Which I think everyone can agree we're not disappointed with how that went.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm glad. I think we got the right topic with Will in the building. I think that was what
the guy's a
needed.
pro soccer coach.
Yeah. So, which is what we
we nailed it, I think. Yeah.
So, but this was the topic that I had in mind for our first in-person episode back when I wanted to do just a Union Fitness.
Right.
This was what I had in mind because I'm back. We're both back in the Berg. And like you said, Pittsburgh is... I feel like it's hard for people that aren't from Pittsburgh or have lived in Pittsburgh to really understand how cool of a place this really is. It's
unique,
community, and it's one of the name me. Now you can say this about any city, and I get that, but give me a place that you would rather be on a sunny spring day than Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in like downtown. You got the sunlight shining off the old bridges. You know what I mean?
When the weather is good, there's no place I'd probably rather be. Genuinely, it's just, I mean,
the people
spend $8 and go to a Pirates game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's
the epitome of it.
Kind of the going rate.
Yeah.
Go to a Pirates game. Go to somewhere in the home plate atmosphere, right? Just somewhere that isn't in the outfield. Or even if you are in the outfield, just turn around, see that view, and tell me that Pittsburgh isn't awesome. You know what I mean? Like, I'm that's a genuine challenge. It's just, it is a beautiful city, and it's not the biggest city. Relatively, for major metropolitan areas, it's on the smaller side. But like you said, it's the community, it's the culture, it's, the sports and the food and the history and the music. And, I mean, it's just, Pittsburgh is a place I'm proud to be from, and I'm very happy that we're getting a episode to showcase that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I do have one pick that does not follow the color scheme of the four main professional sports. I didn't send you my picks.
You didn't, yeah. So all of his are going to be massive surprises to me.
I don't know if they're going to be massive. I feel like they might make some sense. But one of them does not follow the color scheme, that black and yellow. But it really is the only...
I have an idea, but I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you might know. Just know it. I feel like you might.
Is it old?
It's old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think you might know.
Yeah, I think I do. Yep. But, well, actually, me too. I have one that doesn't follow that typical scheme also.
Do you? Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it is...
Good variety.
Yeah, there's a little variety. But I think in general, you hear people talk about it all the time. I know the Barstool guys talk about it all the time, where it's like, there's something really cool about all the Pittsburgh teams having the same colors. No other city does that. I think it's kind of unique, cool. Like
they're all connected in a way.
Exactly.
Through
and
that,
you can tell by like just the way that the teams, like the organizations, interact with each other. It's a community thing.
Well, and again, I think that goes back and touches on what you said about just it's like that's the thing is I feel like people just think about when we talk about the community, it's like, oh, your neighbors. Like we're talking about like anybody. Meet somebody from Pittsburgh somewhere else.
Dude.
Run into wear a Steelers shirt at an airport and have someone come up to you and be like, "Get out of town!
Yeah.
You're from the Burgh!"
Yeah.
And then you become best friends with that person in 30 seconds. You guys start talking about French fries on sandwiches. And whenever and getting a buggy at the grocery store, making sure you don't trip on the ground because it's slippy outside. You become best friends with that person. Oh my God, getting caught by the Jagger bushes. Having a beer, you gotta wash your clothes so that the yellows don't turn into whites. And down at Giant Eagle, it's like it's. The minute that you have a conversation with someone who even may not be from Pittsburgh but gets Pittsburgh,
you could literally
it's a sense of feeling at home that just knows, right.
And they know.
Right, because that's the closest thing they can relate to. And I feel like unless you played for an opposing sports team, most, and I'm not going to be as bold and naive to say all, but most people that have visited Pittsburgh have had good experiences because of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And
I got one story.
Okay.
That contradicts that. So it was I know. These guys are the only people I've ever met that have been like, Pittsburgh's a shithole, and I'll tell you why. I don't agree with it because I was having a great time. But
were they Flyers fans? Because then they deserved it.
Let me get there. Cause some
Is
of them
this
were.
Vince?
No.
Okay.
Vince was not there.
Vince, I like you. That wasn't a shot, but I know you're super Philly guys. So
he is the biggest Philly guy.
Right.
But so back a few years ago, it was the first year that Pitt played Penn State. The very first time that they re-upped the series, right?
Right. What was that? 17.
17. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No, it's 2016.
16. Right. Because Connor was still there, right?
Connor was still there.
Yeah,
He gashed us. Barkley actually ended up having a pretty nice touchdown, too. It was a great game. 42-39. Something that Pitt fans always chanted us, but then we can always say 59-6.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Get on with it.
But, so that year, I went to Penn State, and, obviously that's only about 2 hours away.
Yeah.
And a bunch of my fraternity brothers and I, we had a lot of friends that were at Pitt. Like, we knew a lot of Nate Keebler's friends that we'd seen a ton. We met, like, all the time. So we all ended up coming down, a bunch of us from Penn State. We were at a tailgate in the lots right beside PNC Park.
Okay.
And
I know exactly where you're talking about.
Underneath that underpass.
Right? Yep.
So
yeah,
we were, we were, drinking there, having a good time before the game, right? And I don't think any of us even had tickets. We were just there to tailgate, probably head to a bar afterwards, right? And we were there, and I specifically remember exactly what happened. One of my best friends from Penn State. Actually, a few of my Pledge brothers, they were standing on like a guardrail, right? And they were just observing the madness that was going on beneath them, right?
Right, because it can be a slough at
slough,
times.
100%.
Yeah.
And it was a college tailgate, right? So there were a lot of people milling around, right? And there were a few of them, like my friends and Pitt kids that I didn't know. I had no idea who they were, but they were just standing on this guardrail, so they were above everyone. The one kid, like some random Pitt kid, threw a full beer at my buddy's head.
Oh, no.
Okay. Luckily...
God damn it, Kyle.
Luckily, he caught it.
Okay, so the dexterity of this guy...
One of the wildest things I'd ever seen.
...is top tier.
He caught it, and... So he caught it, and the kid right next to him turned to the Pitt fan right next to him, and my buddy was drunk. He was not with it.
Right.
And he swung and basically fell off the guardrail. He was standing on the guardrail, he swung and he fell off. But by him swinging, it turned into a whole fucking brawl.
Jesus.
So all of my friends from Penn State and all of our buddies' friends from Pitt were literally just in a fight. Like, I'm talking actual fists being thrown.
From a punch that never landed.
Bingo.
Right.
Bingo.
Oh, man.
That's going on, and I don't even remember. I think I was either so shook by it that I was like, I know some of these people from like both sides, so I don't really know.
Right. You're playing referee at that point.
And I was just trying to separate it, and like next thing I know, like my buddy had his nose broken. Like it was bad.
Oh man.
And so all my Penn State friends literally, they left the tailgate, they got on a bus that day, and they went back to State College. At the time I considered it soft. I wish that they hadn't done that. Just fucking booked.
Right.
I wish they would have stuck around, just got some beers with the guys, like been like, hey, sorry about that. You know what I mean? Looking back on it, I wish that's what would have happened. But to this day, they still say Pittsburgh's a shithole of a city because of that. Because they got mugged.
Well,
they got mugged.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here.
Yeah.
Okay. Those guys are bitch made. Okay, and just because in Pittsburgh,
I'm sorry, your nose got fucked up, but like
in Pittsburgh, if you can't fight, you probably shouldn't be here anyway. And listen, and most of the Pittsburghers, right, we're going to drunkenly throw down, but if it ends civilly and nobody used a weapon, probably buy you a fucking beer after. Hey, let's go out to the bar. I'll get you an icy light.
Yeah.
Probably going to be warm
on
purpose, but...
So the problem is a lot of the kids that go to Pitt are from New Jersey.
Mm.
And that is like a very real thing. A lot of kids that go to Pitt are from like New Jersey, New York. So they're not
Kenny Pickett's from New
Pittsburgh
Jersey.
kids. Huh?
Kenny Pickett's from New Jersey.
I'm not talking bad on Kenny Pickett. He's my quarterback. No. Okay.
Yeah.
But
love you, 8.
But that's my story of like why those are the only people I know that are like fuck Pittsburgh, and it's because of that memory. Right
well,
there. Again, I agree. I don't really think that they should have just got a bus ticket on the dot and left. I think that was kind of soft.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like
at the same time they got jumped. They got like when I say jumped, they got it. When I say turned into a brawl, a lot of guys that were in Penn State jerseys just got jumped.
Yeah.
So.
But, I don't know. Kind of sounds like a bunch of wet cupcakes in my opinion. So, whatever. Listen, I'll let it wash down with the warm milk they probably were drinking on the bus ride home. But, listen, if you learned how to fight, you probably would have made some friends, actually. So,
whatever.
H2P.
Let's just get your...
All right, so my first pick to lead this thing off is a newer edition, and this is one that I know we were both pretty hard on, okay?
Yeah. I'm glad you did, but, like, you stole this one.
Quintessential detail for a jersey is the script.
Yep.
This script is just simple but perfect and clean. That almost bubbly cursive type deal. And I think that it's perfect that it's an outline of the letters, that it's not just bold yellow. Looped in there. I think the fact that it's almost in a way like silhouetted letters with the outline of the yellow on there makes this a perfect jersey. And I do kind of like that we kept the same numbers. I would have almost liked to see at least the attempt of making the numbers the same font is the jersey, but I'm not mad at it because those black and yellow jerseys, even with just the P logo, was very clean as is. The fact that we enhanced that was awesome. This is honestly probably my favorite jersey in Pirates history. And the fact that it is newer is good, especially because they've been such a stinker of a franchise. And Bob Nutting, you're a piece of shit. you, Bob Nutting, are a piece of shit and should sell the team. Keep us in Pittsburgh, but sell it to someone who actually cares. Okay, like, that's cool. You added the Fatheads bar. How about you add some guys with some fat bats that can win us some goddamn games? That would be awesome. But I still got love for the Pirates. I just went to a game the other night. And if I'm thinking, we've always actually had pretty decent jerseys. There's been a majority of the Pirates who have looked not bad, aside from the obvious. But I'm saying a majority of our looks have been clean. This, to me, is the cleanest. Josh Bell, who unfortunately does not play for us anymore, rocking this in this picture. But I love it. I kind of would have almost liked to see them also do black pants with yellow stripes.
Yeah.
I think that might have been dope. But I do, more than anything, above all, the Nike jersey is very clean. I like the material of the jersey, but that script just is what sends this thing home.
Yeah. No, so when I saw that they brought these back, I was super excited because, this is like one of my favorite looks in Pirates history, period, from like the 90s when Bonds was rocking these.
Right.
And when I saw that they were bringing them back, I just got super excited because, like, I want this jersey because, like, they are.
It's
clean.
an awesome jersey.
They are clean. It's a good pickup that you mentioned, just the yellow outline. That's
right.
Like a good. I think it wouldn't be as cool if they went all yellow.
Yeah, it would still look good, but it wouldn't look as good.
Yeah.
The outline makes it perfect, in my opinion.
The original ones, it was gray with the yellow outline with black
letters.
Black
right,
fill, yeah.
right.
And what I like, first of all, I think using the black is awesome, and they have the gray ones too, but using the black is awesome.
Right.
But I think it would have been a little too much just have the letters be yellow. So I'm glad.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So, but I still want one of these. Obviously not Josh Bell. If I had to pick, honestly, I think I might want a Vogelbach jersey.
Vogelbaum is the dude. I don't know how long he's going to stay here, but dude, he pinch hit when I was at the game the other night, which was Saturday night.
Yep.
He pinch hit, and he hit one to the warning track, and I one at bat, right? And I'm like, hell yeah, dude, this is what we bring him in for.
Dude, he's literally Kyle Schwarber before Kyle Schwarber lost all his weight.
Right.
Yeah. And
the only home run I did see, though, was the most impressive thing I've ever seen in a baseball game in my life. I got to watch in person Brian Reynolds hit an inside-the-park home run. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen at a baseball game, in person.
Yeah.
To me, they even said, on the broadcast and everything, an inside-the-park home run is more rare than a perfect game.
Yeah.
That never happens. And Brian Reynolds did it. He put on the Jets. When he was rounding second, I saw how far away the left fielder was from the ball. I'm standing up screaming, "Go! Go, Rennie! Let's fucking go!" And he came and he slid in. His helmet flies off, and he came across. I'm high-fiving people I have never met before.
Of course.
There are still people who remember this face, up in their shit, and I'm just like, let's go, and it was just an awesome sight. But Vogelbaum almost had me at the same level because we were down by 1 run, and he came in to pinch hit a bomb to the warning track, and the guy was up against the wall and made the catch. It was unfortunate, but if I was going to get anybody, it'd probably be Vogelbaum, maybe Reynolds as well if we're able to extend him.
Yep.
But
yeah, no, I'm a big Vogelbaum guy. Big.
Vogelbaum fits Pittsburgh. He's a Pittsburgh guy.
He's a YINZER. He's a certified YINZER. Even if he's not from here, he's a YINZER and a half. But I thought I saw that Permanis offered him like a sandwich deal.
I think they did.
On Twitter, I think they reached out to him. But there are guys like that they epitomize Pittsburgh, and I love every second of it. I love guys like that, and. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, he's Schwarber without the weight at this point.
Right. With the weight.
With the weight, yeah. But,
that uni is tight on the boy,
these.
yeah.
I love these, dude.
But
they Sorry, I thought you were just saying that they were tight.
No, like it fits tight.
It's tight, no.
On the Vogel boy. I mean, he is, busting out that thing. But love them, love these.
Yeah.
Good overall
it's
uni.
It's a great pick. If you weren't going to take him, I was going to. So I'm glad that someone did. So yeah, I think the chillest dog I've ever met.
My dog can't hear me put a dish away without having a fucking panic attack.
Really?
Oh yeah, I love him to death, but he has more energy than most dogs I've seen.
She's anxious. She has that anxiety. When I leave, she will. So she gets into the trash, but it's only because she's anxious. It's
right.
like an acting out sort of.
Right.
Thing.
But, no, my dog did the same thing when like I was gone for a while. I came home, but only for like 10 minutes, and then I left again, and he freaked out, tore up part of my chair.
Oh really?
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Not
She's
fun.
a good dog though.
Yeah, so I've got a surplus of bones, so that anytime, cause big bone guy, fuck the toys. Like for real, like if I put a bone and a toy out, he's skipping the toy every time,
dude,
and he's going straight for the bone.
She's
not
like,
at all.
No.
Or he'll destroy them in 30 seconds and be like, "What next?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, sorry. So I didn't really. It's already 7 o'clock. I'm so sorry.
No,
but okay, so
unless you gotta leave.
I mean, I need
At a
to be
reasonable hour.
Yes. Yeah.
I got you. All right. Well, we're back. Sorry, I had to get my dog a bone because she was looking at me and she's fucking choking on it over there.
Well, not the choking, but the bone. She earned it. She is the best dog. She is just a wonderful dog.
Yeah, no, she's a good pup. All right. Let me go to my first pick. I'm gonna go with the 2018 Steelers.
Fire pick.
Thank you. So there were a few different directions. I wanted to get a Steelers pick on here, just because I mean that's the city's team. I know that everyone. I love the Pens with all my heart.
Right.
Love the Buccos, even though I'm kind of what's the word? Where you're like, I think I might have drank too much already. What's the word?
Disappointed, detached.
No, where you like, the freedom. No, there's like a fucking First Amendment right, freedom to protest. I'm protesting the team. That's
okay.
That's what I wanted to say. Well, anyway. I'm protesting the Buccos right now. I will watch a few games because my dad is the biggest fan on earth.
Right, your dad is a student.
He
of
really
of
is,
the game.
and I all props to him because he's that guy that watches every single game.
Right.
Holy shit! Did she finish that?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and your dad, a lot of credit because there is 162 of them bitches.
He watches everyone.
So yeah,
Watches everyone. Now he turns it off by the 6th inning most of the time, but he's still the biggest.
well,
fan
typically because the Pirates give him a reason to turn it off by the
100%,
6th inning.
100%.
Yeah.
But I had to go with the Steelers pick here because I mean they are the lifeblood of the city. They are one of the best franchises in the NFL, period. And I love the fact that they brought back the block lettering. And I don't dislike the new numbering, but I really like the old school block lettering. It just gives them more of a classic look.
I do
and
too.
I love the fact that they brought these back. I was kind of torn between these, which, they brought back in 2018. They still wear these, to this day. But I was a little torn between this, and I love the Color Rush ones because they are just straight up black and yellow. Same look, a little bit of a different sleeve. They have no white on them.
Right.
And I have a Friarmuth Color Rush jersey, which I love.
Right. And
But-
I like these better. I do.
Really?
Okay, so almost this might be a cold take. I'm not really a fan of our Color Rush ones.
I really like them.
I'm not a big fan, but these I dig a lot because I do like our standard uniform setup, right? And I also think that the block letters, like you said, give us a more traditional Rust Belt Pittsburghese type feel. So I mean, I love these. I think this is a great pick. And yeah.
A little sad that Juju won't be snagging them for us anymore.
Yeah, he'll be wearing number 9 for the Chiefs.
He wanted to stay more than some other guys we've had.
I don't know. I mean, he was talking about leaving last year and was like, "Oh, I'm staying home." Like it was a big deal, and then he left a year later anyway. So
yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like the guy's on Twitch. That's all he does. So he's got to say some shit.
Yeah. Well, now he's teammates with Jackson Mahomes. And they're going to be, killing TikToks. Which also, follow us on TikTok. What's the handle?
The Vault _TFTB, I'm pretty sure.
Follow us there. Follow us on the Ticker Talk.
Yeah.
So, TikTok, also, the name of a robot in Return to Oz, the weird sequel to The Wizard of Oz that you can find only on Disney Plus that would probably... I wouldn't. It's so bad.
When did you watch it under what circumstances?
When I was very lonely and drunk about 2 years ago. And I watched it, and I would encourage people to watch it if they were on some sort of psychedelic. In general, I would not watch it though. But
I know what I'm watching tonight.
All right. Let's go. Where's the psychs at? Yeah, so it's something else, but there's a robot in it who's essentially the Great Value Walmart version of Tin Man, and his name is TikTok. And
when was this made?
Like 88, 89, something like that, like a while ago.
So the bad era of movies.
Big bad in this one especially. Actually, you know what? Everybody watch it. Everybody go watch it. Cue up, carve your out a lazy Sunday. Okay, you ease into
night,
you ease into it, right? You wake up on Sunday morning. You have a nice coffee. You watch a good old VHS tape of Bible Man, and then you make the softer transition maybe into something that's in between. I'd say is an in-betweener, right? That's still family friendly, but maybe trips your mind a little bit, like an Alice in Wonderland. Okay, and
what a weird fucking movie.
Now you slide down that slippery slope of Return to Oz on Disney Plus. And if you don't want to pay for Disney Plus, if you promise me that you will take psychedelics, I'll lend you my login, so that you can watch it and give me feedback. But
oh man, TikTok, huh?
Yeah,
so
TikTok the robot. Yeah, and he waddles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like R2D2 waddles, or
he's a fat robot. Like they built him robust, if that makes sense. He's a portly pot. Yeah. Oh, but worse. He's the I'm talking like Dimitri Young, David Wells round, round. Wow. Yeah. If we're gonna talk baseball players, like round. Yeah. The Pablo Sandoval of robots named TikTok.
The panda. Okay. So
that's the TikTok I grew up on. Juju.
Oh God, dude.
John Smith-Schuster. Juju B. Juju on that beat. That's how all Yinzers talk shit on him now. That's essentially how that whole thing goes. You don't know my TikTok. Return to Oz.
I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. I'm going to have that other beer. Yeah, it's just...
Oh, God. All right. Well, Benny, while you open that one, what do you got for your second one?
So, ladies and gents, pictured there is one of my two favorite Riverhounds players of all time. Front and center. His name is Danny Earls. Okay? That guy, I believe he was either Irish or Scottish. I never dug deep enough. But his accent was incredible. He was genuinely one of the grittiest, most like tough but still technically sound soccer players that I ever watched. I actually got a picture with him when we went to a game, and it made my year, dude. And these were jerseys that bring back a lot of nostalgic memory for me. This was then when I was really tapped in. This was also when potentially friend of the show.
Don't say his name. I don't want to jinx it.
Right. Someone that we may potentially know at some point was also a part of this team, and was the other of my two favorite players, right? Sported these, and I kind of dug them. I thought they were awesome because in Pittsburgh sports, even though yellow is a big piece of what we do, you typically don't see it as the whole body color. And the Riverhounds, being a USL team, right, and not being one of the major sports, kind of gets pushed aside. But I think that these are cool enough that they need to be recognized. Mm-hmm. In the white stripe that goes down the leg, which you know how I typically feel about things that go from the torso to the short level, yep. I typically hate, but these I actually like.
But these don't go over the crotch.
Right, they don't go over the crotch. They don't make a swoop. They don't make a hard left turn like the world's raunchiest candy cane. Okay, shout out Wizards. These go straight down, and then in the leg they have the number, and the font of the numbers I really liked. It was kind of bubbly, I don't even know how to describe that font, but I liked it a lot. And then I like the full solid yellow, and in that stripe it said Riverhounds vertically all the way down with the old school logo up there, and then on the back we had the black numbers. I thought these were just incredible. I love that yellow was put in there as the main color for the home jerseys, and this is actually my favorite look nowadays. We have kind of the almost kind of Columbus Crew, Dortmund, Bumblebee Steeler hybrid thing that the Riverhounds wear now, which is still good. It's still clean. I just liked these better back when we were doing this. I think that they're dope. I don't think the yellow gets enough love. I'm a real big fan because they're not like banana yellow, to where they would look like,
Savannah Bananas.
A bunch of Savannah Bananas. Okay. Well, Savannah Bananas shout out because you actually tweeted at us.
I got some beef with sports media in general right now. We were onto the Savannah Bananas before anyone else were.
Oh, a long time ago. Literally when we started the show.
Yeah.
There was our 5th episode.
Yeah. Episode 5,
this is happening right now. We were on to them because to me, still potentially maybe my favorite episode.
Oh, 100%.
At least my favorite virtual episode we've ever done was the minor league baseball one. We murdered it. There was so many good options to pick from. We will be doing a part 2 this summer at some point. At some point, we will be doing a part 2. Savannah Bananas tweeted back at us, we have a relationship, okay? We're tight with these kilt-wearing boys doing TikTok, not the robot, the app thing, dances, okay? Big fan of those guys.
Yeah, but we were on them because
way early.
So mainstream now, dude. Every time I go on Instagram, it's like SportsCenter, ESPN, Barstool.
And TikTok, they're huge on TikTok now.
Yeah, they're huge on TikTok.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, we were on them early.
We're not trying to be those hipster guys, but we're trying to be those hipster guys. We were on them before all of you. Suck it, Steve Levy. I'm saying we were on them so early. Yeah, man. I mean, what I was saying before I went on the banana rant, which they should definitely do a podcast called the Banana Rant.
How have they not?
Easy. Hit us up again, okay? And I'll give you licensing rights. But I think it also plays into part of, I love how the city's constructed because even Highmark gives you a great view when you're in Highmark Stadium. You're able to see the city on a more plain field and able to see it kind of from ground level, and it's still beautiful. PNC, Heinz Field, and Highmark are all great stadiums, and I grew up watching this Riverhounds team through high school. I love the way that they played, and I love the way that they looked. All in all, I just think that these are clean as hell, and I wish that they would bring them back. They probably won't, but this was a good look, and my boy Danny Earls was was stunting with the boys.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of the look. The stripe, I think there's a big difference between a J or a backwards L for fucking losers. That the Wizards did.
That the Wiz, another 80s Wizard of Oz remake? Oh my god! Oh my god, he's shitting on MJ's grave!
Wow.
Oh man.
Anyway, there's a big difference.
Holy hell. I never expected those stars to align for that to come up. Holy shit, the Wiz.
Dude,
and
full circle,
TikTok.
bro.
We were a full circle show. We're a full circle show. God damn it. 50 episodes led to that.
Oh, God. I don't even remember what I was saying. Okay, yeah, so the Wizards, the Wiz. The Wizards, they don't have that J going across the crotch. It's just, I really don't mind on a soccer uniform. Now, granted, put this on a basketball jersey, on
probably
a lot
gonna
of other
look bad.
shit.
Yeah, but these,
Soccer,
it's circumstantially
I like this.
great.
I do like this. Not only that too, I remember the days, and I got a specific memory for this. I remember the days where the Riverhounds were like red and black, way back in the day. I'm talking way
Super
back
far.
in the day.
Yeah.
I remember
In
playing
blue and black.
yeah, blue and black there for a while, and I'm glad that they ended up switching to this yellow, the black and yellow colorway
To fit the
obviously.
rest of the city,
Which
right?
I'm glad they did that. I remember back in the day, U11, we played a 3v3 tournament. The official Pittsburgh Riverhounds 3v3 tournament, and I don't even remember where they held it, but it was the first time that I ever had like a dirty play on the soccer field. At U11 or U12 or something.
Right.
Straight up tackle a kid. I like a football tackle a kid, head down like.
Okay, he probably deserved it.
He cleated me, and I turned around. I got really pissed off. It
was probably one of those. It was probably one of those dudes from Penn State you were talking about that got on the bus just a long time ago.
Maybe. But I went, tackled him, and I remember I was so mad at myself that, as an 11-year-old, you cry coming off the field.
Right.
I was pretty upset, and my coach was pissed at me because he's like, "What the f is that?" I was like, "Yeah, I know, dude." And even though I had tears running down my cheeks.
Right.
Didn't play it that cool, but I there for a while I did have the Riverhounds 3v3 shirt that I wore to practice like all the time, but it had that old red and black logo. I'm glad they switched it to a more modern, more Pittsburgh look.
Right.
And that's how we tie it all together. I really like these, and I've been to one game, not even a Riverhounds game. I've been to one game at Highmark Stadium. Seriously, one of the coolest stadiums you could ever see. Like
it's awesome,
right on the
man.
river. Like you can see the river too, which is kind of cool. Instead of like PNC, which you can see the skyline. It's the best skyline, the best view in the MLB, right? But at Highmark, you can basically see the river. You're like on the river, so it's like you get the skyline and the river. It's like the whole
Gateway Clipper sailing by. Yeah, man,
it is the YINZER of YINZER Stadium.
Full experience.
Yeah. And I was there back when we were in high school. We went to see the Whoopio Soccer Championship there, and it was awesome. But like,
yeah, well, you're gonna be coaching in it this year.
Oh my God! Damn, dude. Now what a great stadium, and it was one of those things where I went to that game and I was like, damn, if I could have ever played here, like it would have been insane.
Right.
Like, and using that Marshall Fitness money, one of the ideas that I had was going to a Riverhounds game and creating some content out of it because
we love the content, and we love out of the box content.
Yeah.
So
that was the idea. Dump that sponsorship money back into the show. But anyway, really like this kit. I mean, it is the Pittsburgh of Pittsburgh looks in the YINZER of YINZER stadiums. So, great pick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Smalls?
Yeah.
Give me number 2, my lord.
Goes. So.
I knew it.
Yep.
I knew it, but I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
I'm truly happy about it.
Yeah, so I'm going with the 1971 Pittsburgh Condors, the only professional basketball team that, I guess they were the Pittsburgh Pipers at one point.
They were.
But
This was the most official we ever had.
It definitely was. But it was the only official Pittsburgh professional basketball franchise that the city ever really had. And I would love for an NBA franchise to somehow land here. I don't know if that will ever happen. I'm praying that it does, because I would be dude. If they
Shout out Bible man. If you're listening, there's quite a few shadows of a doubt that we'll ever get a team here.
Yeah.
But listen, pull out that sword, slice the budget in half, get us an NBA team. Please, Bible man.
Please, Bible man. But the 1971 Condors, I don't even remember how long they were in Pittsburgh. It wasn't very long, because I couldn't find any pictures. I think it might have been less than that, if
2
I'm
years.
being honest. Yeah.
I think it was 2 years.
Because even just finding a picture of the jerseys was kind of tough.
Like on somebody.
Yeah. Just on someone. So, but what I will say about these is they still kept the yellow from the normal color scheme of the city, but I kind of dig, like, the Condors sitting on the basketball, on the ABA style basketball.
I do.
I kind of dig it.
Oh, dude, the red, white, and blue basketball's undefeated. I wish that the NBA would use balls like that.
Yeah.
I get that it kind of makes it gimmicky, right?
Yeah,
but that's only because of tradition. If it wasn't always played with a brown basketball, nobody would think twice. I think that it's awesome, and like you said, I love, teams that incorporate the ball in their logo.
Yeah.
The Heat, okay, obviously.
Yeah.
The Celtics, okay, holding the basketball. I mean, there are countless ones, right? But even say like the old Raptors one, the Raptors dribbling the basketball. This where the Condor is sitting on it, but it's still very like one-dimensional of
It's
the
still
drawing.
old school.
But I love it
That's what
though.
I like about it though. It's
And the
old
font's dope.
Yeah. Yeah, the red bird, I think so the alternates, which I don't have on the screen here, but the alternates were red and yellow, which was not the biggest fan of that. It was simple. It was the away jersey.
Yeah, you weren't loving it because those are McDonald's colors. Exactly. But yeah.
But I was a big fan of these because of the ABA style basketball, and because this almost reminds me, the logo almost reminds me of the old school Eagles logo. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
It's just that 70s, 80s look where it's like
And the
super old
Steagles.
school. The Steagles, yeah.
Shout out Steagles.
Shout out
We're not
Steagles.
gonna go on a rant about that because I could for a long time. I actually have stories about the Steagles. We'll bring that up another time.
Yeah.
But just look it up. Look up Steagles. Okay.
What a wild
What a time in the world and in the sport at that time. Yeah.
Oh,
anyway, that's called a teaser, ladies and gents. Go look it the fuck up. But anyway, so in closing, sorry.
No. These were simple, but at the same time very old school and vintage. And this is a jersey that I know that they have these out there somewhere. I do kind of want a Condors jersey because when we talk about when we talk about the vault, we talk about these old, weird, vintage, like just unique jerseys.
In
this
something
is one
that
I
is
would rock in a second,
specific to a small period in time, and this would nail every category that
especially
you're talking
like
about.
considering that we live in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
and like that would I just think it would hit so much harder because of that.
right.
So like I would love a Condors jersey, and to be honest, when I googled Pittsburgh Condors, there were a lot of Pipers jerseys that popped up.
Right.
But I had to go with Condors because
Condors are dope.
Yeah, what a name for a basketball team.
Yeah,
dude.
I'll be honest. I don't know what a condor is.
It's a bird.
Well, okay, I fucking know that it's a bird. I'm saying, like, I don't think I've ever seen, like, a real-life condor. Like, I don't know what kind of bird it is.
You probably have. You just don't.
Or is it just like a fancy name for another bird? Like
I think
how?
it's probably a hawk, but it's a specific type of hawk.
Okay,
Or
that would make
eagle,
more sense
specific type
because
of eagle or something.
because to me, like hillbillies call a violin a fiddle, but it's a fucking violin.
Yeah.
Like that type of thing. Like just call it a fucking hawk. But condor sounds way cooler.
Condor
so
sounds way cooler than a hawk.
so shout out to the condor fiddle hawks. There's shout
Oh
out.
wow. Okay. All right. Bang.
TikTok.
Oh man, we need to do this more.
Oh man. Okay, so third and final. You know what I had to
Yep.
come in with. Okay?
This was coming.
This has made multiple appearances on the show, but it was earned. This jersey, the legacy that it has behind it, in this picture specifically.
Oh
okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This another one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's get it, dude. So it's been a long week for Smalls, and we're just enjoying the moment right now.
I'm on
It's
camera right now, so.
I know, but I'm just letting everybody know it's Tuesday. So listen, 50th episode.
That's
All right.
why I'm doing it.
And we I needed my last pick for the 50th episode to be this masterpiece.
Yep.
Okay. The baby blue smacks. Okay?
Always does.
The laces on a jersey always smack. Sidney Crosby, guess what he does to pucks? Smack! He smacks the shit out of the puck, just like he did in this game,
Against Ryan Miller.
debuting in the Winter Classic. Both teams actually looked dope as hell, but it
100%.
it started to snow. Sid took over
For this to be the first ever Winter Classic, like,
to go
couldn't have gone
To
any
go
better for the NHL.
all the way
Yeah.
to a shootout. And we had
With the generational player, Sidney Crosby.
and Ty Conklin. Ty Conklin. Okay.
That's a name.
I'm pretty sure.
That's a name for the random players episode.
Yeah, I think that I just yanked a yarn out of a lot of Yinzer's heads right now. Ty Conklin, okay. Sid took over. These jerseys were supposed to be like it was a debut, but kind of like a one-time only thing.
Yep.
We ended up keeping these in rotation
long
for
time.
like 5 or 6 years. Like,
No, well, it wasn't that long. It was probably
Was
like
it?
It was 2 years, but then they came out with the Navy.
the
blue
Navy, right.
with the pattern. But yeah.
So, but this inspired more of a throwback look rather than doing a bunch of different retro own twist things. Like, it was to give it a more classic look. This to me is as classic as it gets. These were similar to the ones that the OG Penguins wore back in the day.
Yep.
And I just think it's beautiful. Typically, we are big nerds on the black and yellow color scheme, but this just goes so hard, and we played so well. This is, to me, the quintessential Pittsburgh jersey. It is chef's kisses. I go fucking nuts over this jersey. The whole kit is great, and obviously Sid being our fine model here, just to me, this is I don't want to say it's the pinnacle of Pittsburgh sports because that would be probably the Steelers jersey that you featured earlier, but this to me is my favorite rendition of any Pittsburgh uniform ever.
Yeah. No. So this jersey was a perfect storm because it was a callback to the 70s Penguins, even because the Penguins back in the 70s were terrible. They were like such a dog shit franchise really up until we drafted Lemieux. Like, they were terrible. But the sweaters were kind of cold. They were
Right.
kind of cool.
Always look good.
And but having said that, it was a callback to, that throwback Pittsburgh look. At the same time, you had a generational player still. This isn't just me as a Yinzer saying it. Agreed upon, one of the best hockey players of all time, rocking it in the first ever Winter Classic that went to a shootout where this man won the game on the third shot in a shootout. With snow coming down, it literally could not have gone any better.
It's a storybook.
Like the NHL loved it, the Penguins loved it, the city of Pittsburgh loved it, Crosby fucking loved it. Like, dude, Fleury with his goddamn pom-pom beanie loved it.
Right,
like, dude, this was the Pittsburgh hockey
Anti-Conklin.
Huh? Anti-Conklin.
Anti-Conklin.
But, like, dude, first of all, dude, I love the jerseys because I think the Jets do this. There are a few other teams that do this, but the circle logo where they have, like, their main logo with, like,
some type of circular band around it. Yeah.
And this is just, it's perfect. And the powder blue fucking hits every time. So.
Smacks! Yeah, dude. Big time.
Yeah, I remember where I was when I watched this game, too. I was at my grandfather's house on New Year's Day watching this, and the
beautiful
snow
moment.
coming down was awesome. It was literally, like I said, it was a dream for the NHL. I don't think if this game didn't go the way that it went, I don't know how long the Winter Classic would have lasted. But now we are still doing the Winter Classic.
Right.
Because the
14
weather,
years later,
the result of the game, everything about it went exactly how it needed to go.
I mean, to a T. And nobody was stopping that man right there.
No.
Not Ryan Miller, not Mother Nature, not Bible Man, not TikTok. He was unstoppable and won that damn game and made the Winter Classic what it is. This is my favorite Pittsburgh jersey, so it had to get on the list.
Had to. The laces, too. We always say it, too. The laces.
So nice.
Why doesn't every team do it? Like, and maybe it would become overplayed if every team did it. Having said that, it always hits when they do it.
Yeah. So, to me, you're just kind of a jackass if you don't.
Yeah, 100%.
But anyway, 100%. Smallsy, bring us home.
All right. I got another Pens pick here, Betty. This, in my opinion, this is the quintessential hockey pick. And I agree with everything that you said. 100%. This is what, as a Yinzer, you grow up hearing about, seeing this jersey right here. You're talking about Mario, you're talking about Yager, you're talking about Darius Kasparaitis, you're talking about...
Damn!
You're talking about Paul Coffey, you're talking about that whole squad rocking the diagonal Pittsburgh jersey.
Ulf Samuelsson.
Oh, wow.
Brief period of time.
100%.
He was a vault favorite Hartford Whaler for a very long time when they were dog shit, and he didn't help much, but he was a Pen at some point. Shout out Ulf.
No, there was another one, too. It wasn't Coffey. There was another Whaler that was... Who was it? He was the... Ron Francis.
Ron Francis,
yeah.
Ronnie baby.
But this is the jersey, in my opinion. I'm so glad they brought this back with the reverse retro. They tried, like a year or two ago with the white. I don't think that one hit quite as hard, in my opinion.
It didn't. It was a kind attempt in call to history, but it wasn't this.
It wasn't this. The black just does it so much more justice, and
those yellow letters pop more, man.
It does, and
it gives you more of a tougher Pittsburghy feel.
Yeah.
You know, I love this pick.
Dude. So this is the jersey, and I know that we've had this on the show before. This is the jersey that you see that old time Yinzer going out to the bar watching a Pens game. He's coming off his shift as a mechanic. He throws on his Pens jersey. This is the jersey that he's wearing.
Yeah, heads down to the melon, right?
Yeah,
or the Civic Arena, right? Yeah. And goes and catches one of these games. One thing that I think that would have helped, what was the dude's name? I think it was, he played for the Red Wings, Sergei Fedorov, when he came out with the custom white Nike skates.
Yeah.
If the Pens would have done something like that, I'm not saying now because the black skates fit the look. If the Pens brought out some type of white skate like Fedorov did back in the day, with their white unis. Probably would help tie it all together. And I
agree with that. Yeah.
I like the white unis. I do.
Yeah, they're not bad.
These
I
are
feel
just
like they
so
were
much better
unpopular when they came out.
But I think it was because
Yeah, I agree.
these are dynamite.
They were choice. I do feel like there's probably a portion of NHL fans, the scumbags out there, that
typically Flyers fans.
Well, I was gonna say Rangers fans.
Well, yeah, them too. I mean,
no, but like the Rangers had the diagonal.
Oh, okay. Well, see, when you're talking scumbags or scum in general, I'm thinking of Flyers and Flyers fans.
For scumbag hockey fans, it's Flyers number 1, easy. Number 2, I think it's Rangers. I think if we've seen anything from this
potentially, yeah. Them really any New York team, because Islanders fans also suck. Boston, Bruins fans suck, and you know that.
Oh, they do.
You know that the Bruins suck.
So okay, my only counter to that, and I agree with you that they do suck. The game that I went to up in Boston, I went to that one Bruins game, and I had the Danny Heatley Sharks jersey. I got so many compliments.
Okay,
on it,
you got a lot of love.
That softened me a little bit on Bruins fans.
Yeah, well,
just because they appreciated it, and that made me happy. In general, before that moment, I would agree with you.
Bruins fans are still pretty fucking brutal.
They are brutal.
But regardless, yes, I get what you're saying with the Rangers thinking that they own the diagonal font.
Yeah.
But maybe win a cup. And then we can talk.
I mean, yeah, dude, we've won, 3 since '94 when they last won one? Now, granted, that team was legendary.
Messier's a dog. Messier is a top 10 player all time, maybe top 5.
I was going to say, I think he might be top 5.
Yeah.
I think that he's probably 5'6". He's cracking the top 5. You know?
I'd say Sidney Crosby, Mario Lemieux,
Gretzky.
Evgeny Malkin.
Oh, really? Malkin over Gretzky.
Evgeny Malkin, Mark Recchi, Ty Conklin. Probably top 5 all time. Happy Gilmore 6. Easy.
That's not where I thought you were going with that.
Okay. Yager 7. All right. Oh, man.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Well, I don't even. I was going to say, oh, wow, no Bobby Orr, no Gretzky. But I think you might say you threw Ty Conklin into that.
Number 8, Brandon Donnelly. That's such inside baseball. I'm so sorry.
Such a pull, dude.
I know.
Such a pull.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for everybody who has no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But hey, man.
What, Ziggy Palafy?
Yeah, oh, man. All right. I went way too far. I'm so sorry. But okay, yeah, Rangers fans scumbags. That's where we went to.
Yeah, scumbags. Yeah, they don't own the fucking diagonal font. Because, I mean, granted, we didn't win a cup in these. But this was the era where, like, this was Lemieux and Yager's era.
Yes.
You know? And, like, I honestly feel like I want every one of the jerseys that I put on here because they are just that cool.
Right.
And now I do have my Pens jersey right now that's in rotation is a Phil Kessel jersey, which is my favorite.
Dynamite.
My favorite pen of all time.
I had one. Okay, you're gonna hate me for this.
Don't tell me you sold it.
I had the Yellow Stadium Series jerseys.
You sold it?
Of Phil Kessel's, and I sold it.
Why?
Amnesty hour. I got too big for it. So I sold it. And because
That's a shame.
Because
Yeah.
I bought it when I was built like a 13-year-old girl, and then I grew to be a depressed divorcee as to how I look now, so it just wouldn't fit me anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah. And hey, and guess where I bought it? Down there in the Strip District in Pittsburgh. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So my girlfriend got me my Castle jersey, and she got it for Christmas the one year. And it was because I was the most outspoken Phil Kessel fan out there. I was in love with
He's
Phil
a dog.
Kessel.
Love that guy.
I love that guy. So she put
A hot dog, if you will.
Well, she gave me a card with it.
Okay.
Hot dog, right on the front cover. I forget exactly what it said. It was hot dog related, but like, but it was It was hot dog related, and she's like, "I hope you like this." And Phil Kessel jersey. As soon as I saw the card,
That's
I was like,
awesome.
I know what it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Go to Jess with all your hot dog related needs.
Oh shit! All right.
Man.
Whoa, Benny. This was.
We did it again, my friend.
Yeah,
I
we did it
believe
again.
so. Here we are, 2 hours deep on our Pittsburgh episode. But dude, I mean, I fucking love doing this. I love chopping it up. I love the electricity we were able to bring. I love Bible Man. I love Ty Conklin. I love TikTok. And bottom line, I love the vault. So, and I love you. You're a great host, personally and on the show. I love what we do. I hope we keep doing this. And to everybody who's been supporting us along the way throughout all 50 episodes, cheers and thank you.
Hey, no, I do appreciate it, guys. I mean, I always say I'm not gonna get too sentimental, but this really is like, it might be a few too many whiskeys, but no, but really, this is like what me and Ben like. I know this is what I look forward to every single week.
100%.
And the fact that we get to do it together now is awesome. And like, I really do appreciate anyone that watches, anyone that shares it, anyone that just tells a friend about it, or even just gives us feedback in person. Because I've had a few instances of that where it's like, hey, I really like watching the show, and like.
It's so cool,
world.
man. And it's not a selfish pat on the back thing. It's just so cool that like we're doing something and people are appreciating it just based off of like that they find it interesting. Like that's even cooler to me than like family members who are like, "Oh, like I saw your little show." Like when people, and I still love and appreciate those people, don't get me wrong. But when the people are telling me things that we talked about on the show, like that they're engaging in it because they're interested in it. That's the coolest feeling in the world, man. So to all you people out there, we thank you. We appreciate you. We would not be doing this show without you. Cheers to 50 episodes, my friend.
I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for coming on. All right, guys. This has been apparently the 50th episode of The Vault. We didn't plan for this. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Be a friend, tell a friend, go subscribe to the YouTube page, go share all our posts on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, go follow our TikTok.
And go watch TikTok and Return to Oz on Disney Plus.
Yeah, do that. But dude, I never thought that I would ever be on TikTok, and like I still don't understand it. I don't.
Hey,
get
the
it.
clips are hot.
But like
the clips are playing.
But I feel like our clips have done pretty well so far, considering that
views wise,
like it's a week old right now.
Views wise,
yeah,
doing pretty damn well. Yeah. So like that shit.
Like that shit.
Sorry, didn't mean to get that aggressive, but for real. But yeah, man, all together, we're seeing a lot of things come together, and it's been awesome. You guys have been awesome. So cheers to 50 episodes, and Smalls will see you next week.
Yeah. See you guys next week.